Students, today we will discuss about the answers of our preliminary Q paper. Okay, let's talk about the question number 1. As you know that in question number 1, the sub questions may ask from all these types. In this paper, there are 3 sub questions: fill in the blanks, find odd one out, and match the column. While dealing with the fill in the blanks, the alternatives are given for the first question, that is a calcium, barium, sodium and iodine. So here you should know the group of triad, like lithium, sodium and potassium is a group of triad. So that's why you have to accept the answer as a sodium. Second sub question for the fill in the blanks, there you have to write down the name of the device. So here you should know the function of every device. For example, voltmeter, ammeter, galvanometer and generator. So then only you can write the correct answer. So please understand the function of every instrument. Then after writing this word answer as a fill in the blank, please underline that along with a pencil or a pen. Then sub question, find odd one out. Now here the group of words is given. Out of them you have to find out the odd one. Here common salt, sodium hydroxide, sodium bicarbonate and washing soda. So here some common names are given and some chemicals names are given. So these are given for the confusion, but here you have to find out the central idea, that is the 3 compounds are salts and the remaining one is the base. So which one you have to identify as a sodium hydroxide. Now for the second odd one out, here 4 words are given and you have to find out the odd one. If you go through this our textbook, then you will come to know that this is the group of, there are 3 words of this word alloys and the one is the element. You have to find out which one is the element. So automatically you will get the name of odd one word. Now dealing with match the column. In match the column, there are 3 different questions in section A, that is a refractive index, power of lens and rust. So first 2 are related to the units. So you should know that refractive index is not having a unit, then power of lens is having unit as a diopter. So while dealing this question, they may ask you such a type of the match the column for the unit. So you should know the different types of the physical quantities which are in your textbook and their SI and CGS units. Next, rust. Rust, here it is related to the chemical formula. So molecular formula, you should find out that from Fe3O2 or Fe2O3. Now we are dealing with the question number 2. In this question number 2 in our paper, first question is asked for the scientific reason. So this scientific reason is related to the twinkling of the stars at night. So here what is important, first you should split up the answer into 4 points. Then in those 4 points, write down this word scientific phenomena behind that. For example, changing atmospheric condition, then due to this changing refraction rate, and this changing refraction rate causes the brightness and the dimness, which causes the twinkling of the star. So all these 4 points if you write, nobody will deduce your half a mark also. Okay. Now in this B, question number 2B, definitions are asked. There are 2 definitions: focal length of a lens and magnification of the spherical mirror. Here be precise about the words. So write down this definition as it is, which are given in your textbook. Okay, don't add your words or don't give any explanation about this definition. Now question number 3, which is related to our numerical problem. So this diagram is given and the total resistance is asked. So how can we find out that? While solving this numerical problem, first try to understand the given data. In this, the resistances are given in a combination of the series and parallel. So first of all, you have to find out the total resistance of this series combination, and that will be in a parallel combination with this 5. So here you have to do 2 operations, one for the series combination and for final answer for the parallel combination, and then you will get the answer. So numerical problems required analysis. So such a type of the analysis you have to do while solving any numerical problem. Then at the end of numerical problem, write down your answers precisely including units, otherwise examiner will deduce your half mark. Now question number 3. In this question number 3, in our paper 5 questions are asked. So the first question is related to the merits of modern periodic table over Mendeleev's periodic table. So here what is expected? First of all, you should know the demerits of Mendeleev's periodic table. Then only we can find out the merits of the modern periodic table. So while write down this answer into 3 points. Over this what demerits of Mendeleev's periodic table, mention the merits of modern periodic table. So nobody will reduce your marks. Secondly, explain the process of neutralization with the help of suitable example. If any process or any phenomena is asked to explain, then first of all write down that what is that phenomena. For example, here what is the neutralization? You write down the definition of the neutralization. Second thing, what is that actual process? You explain that with the help of next point. Then third, you take the example and with the example you describe the whole process. Here take the example of the reaction of hydrochloric acid with sodium hydroxide, which gives you sodium chloride and water. If possible, write down the chemical equation that improves the quality of answer. Next, in question number 3, you have to give 3 examples which shows the importance of pH in and around us. So here you have to give 3 examples of your daily life in which this pH plays the very important role. So for such a type of the questions, reading of textbook is very, very important. So if you have gone through the textbook, then you can easily answer this question. pH plays the important role in the dental enamel. Second thing, in the river water. So all those 3 examples which are given our textbook, you have to mention them properly. Next, question number 4. With suitable diagram, state Fleming's left-hand rule. Here there is a area of confusion. What is asked to you? Fleming's left-hand rule. So sometimes we write this rule, but instead of left-hand rule, we write the right-hand rule and you never get the marks. So please read the question properly, write down the heading like Fleming's left-hand rule is stated as, then write down the proper wording and then explain that with the help of diagram. Dear students, always practice this diagram at home and then mention this word proper namings which can give you the proper explanation of your law. Okay, here in this question number 3, while stating these laws, you have to give the explanation with suitable example. Here it is also expected. Next, explain how the formation of rainbow occur. Here this is the question of this word formation of rainbow, which can be described with the help of diagram. So while answering our paper, wherever it is required to draw the diagram, please draw the diagram. Why? Because sometimes these diagrams are more talkative or more informative than your information, and it adds your quality to your answer. So if you draw the spherical drop and if you show this word refraction, reflection, a total internal reflection in that, and along with the diagram if you explain the whole phenomena of the rainbow formation, then that will improve the quality of answer and it will help you to get the maximum marks for that particular question. So if you try in this way to answer in words in scientific language, I hope you will get maximum marks in each and every question. In our next session, a video session, we will talk about the question number 4 and section B answers. Thank you.